Hi, I'm curious what impact you think Barack Obama's presidency has had or might have on the American dream.
Well, I was very proud when President Obama was elected. As a matter of fact, the day of his election, I went down to the press room in the State Department to say so, because for America, after our history, to elect a black president was an extraordinary thing. And I think it's great that we've finally broken that barrier. I think that the interesting thing about what's happened is that Americans are very tough on our presidents. Right? The day that they're inaugurated, they're the smartest, most amazing human beings on the face of the earth. And a year and a half later, it's how did we ever elect him? All right? And I think President Obama is experiencing some of that, frankly. And it says to me that, that grand moment of the black president, well, now he's just the president and everything that comes with that. And that's not a bad thing. I do think that it has had an effect abroad of having people say, whoa, look at the United States. I mean, can you imagine that happening in Great Britain? Can you imagine that happening in France? No, not really. And people start looking again at, well, maybe America really is what it says it is, particularly given that for so many years, especially in the Soviet Union and in communist countries, the United States was painted as the most racist, backward place on earth. When I first went to the Soviet Union to study language, I will never forget being asked in my dormitory at Moscow State University, where are you from? And I said, the United States. Well, you're not an обычная американка. You're not an ordinary American. Well, I'm not. I said, well, yes, I am. Well, then how did you get here? I said, in an airplane. But you needed an internal passport. I said, no, that would be South Africa. So a lot of the myths and prejudices about America and the black experience even in America was even far exaggerated from what was true about an admittedly not great black experience if you were in 1962 in Birmingham. I think that a lot of that has broken down. Now, it started to break down earlier. It broke down when Ralph Bunche won his Nobel. It broke down when Colin Powell was the chief military officer, and people kind of said, whoa, that's a black man. And then, of course, you had two black secretaries of state. As a matter of fact, you had a black secretary of state and a black national security advisor at the same time, which had to be confusing to a lot of the world. But I think that final hurdle, that the president of the United States could be black, that certainly has caught the attention of the world. And it's, as I said yesterday, it's caused a lot of countries around the world, not just the election of President Obama, but the forward march of black Americans to reassess what they're doing in terms of their own minority politics, and to begin to wonder if, despite all of our troubles and despite our tremendously bad history in this regard, that we could have come this far. What does that say about countries that thought they had this race thing licked a long time ago and now find that the United States has sprinted ahead?
Thank you.
Well, I wish we had more time. I know you probably do too, but Dr. Rice, I'd like to thank you for sharing your personal life with us, as well as the wisdom that's come from it. This was a very special evening for everybody here.
Thank you. Thank you.